So I'm going to give you the top 3 plants to plant, little bushes and things that you can plant in your garden today to help sustain your bees. So for 2025, our goal is to make sure that we get a bumper honey crop. And the best way to do that is to make sure that your bees have got food throughout the year. In our gardens, what we've done is rather than supplement feeding constantly, we've planted huge areas with food that can sustain our bees throughout the year. So I'm going to give you the top 3 plants to plant, little bushes and things that you can plant in your garden today to help sustain your bees throughout those dearth times of the year when there's very little food available. Number 1 on my list has always been the African blue basil, or bee basil as a lot of people call it. This little bush that's here, it looks quite large. This is only, it's not even 6 months old. So they're fast growing and they'll produce food for the bees for up to 5 years. What we do is as soon as it starts getting a little bit stalky, we simply trim it off and it'll reshoot again. So this is a very, very good one. Any time of the day, you can see there are bees on it constantly. So it's really, really a good source of pollen and nectar for the bees. So it gives you a bit of both. It does at certain times of the year sometimes bring in a different sort of taste to your honey as well. So if you have a specific flow time, let's say for example when you have your blue gum flow, what you can do is simply trim these a little bit shorter so that you don't get that medicinal taste coming through in your honeys. But otherwise, great food for the bees. Guys, at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how you can get some free plants from us. We'd like to give you some plants to put into your garden to support your bees. So don't leave us. Wait till the end and I'll tell you exactly how you can get some free plants from us. Okay, so the next one that I absolutely love is lavender. We've got 2 different types of lavender here. We've got this, which is the French lavender. And then we've also got this Margaret Roberts lavender. The Margaret Roberts is a lot hardier. And it can be planted in areas where you might have a bit of frost. So just to keep in mind your areas. And there are a number of different varieties of lavender. So any one of those can be fantastic for your bees. And what's nice is once a lot of these become larger, you can actually propagate your own cuttings. So start off with a couple of varieties, see which your bees are the most prone to, and then get cuttings from those. These are fantastic for cooking and for having in your home. These all need a bit of a trim. But again, the bees are always on there. You can see the bees are on these lavenders right now. Yep. Right, so the next one is your salvias. This one is called a hot lips. And this is also fantastic for bees. We often find lots of the other smaller pollinators on here as well. So not just normal bees. There's a bee right there. And actually, if you take this flower and you just suck on the end of it, you can actually taste the nectar. So this one is going to give you quite a bit of nectar, and there are different varieties. We've got a strawberry lips as well further on, which is a pink flower. But all of these are fantastic for bees. It's all your wild sage. So these can also be used in cooking at home and just absolutely beautiful for the bees. We also see quite a lot of bumblebees and carpenter bees coming past these to come and feed at certain times of the day. So what's lovely with all of these 3 varieties that I've given you now, they can be planted along the edges of your roads, so they don't have to take up huge amounts of space in your garden. We use them just on the edge of our pathways and things. And if you need, if you have a certain crop that's being pollinated at a certain time of the year, what a lot of our farmers do is they actually simply trim these off when they need the bees to concentrate elsewhere. And that way you're feeding them when there's a shortage, and as soon as there's an abundance of a specific crop, you can simply trim them off and they will regenerate later on. Okay, so fantastic. Those are the top 3. Just a reminder, it's a African blue basil, your lavender, any type of lavender is great. And then also your salvias. There's a huge variety of salvias as well, but these are our favorites. So have a look here. These are all little plants that we've grown here in our nursery from our cuttings. So once you've got a big established plant, you can grow millions of your own little baby plants. Subscribe to our channel and click on the link. And if you've got some comments, some of the favorites that you use in your gardens for your bees, please comment below, and we would happily like to give you some plants to plant in your garden. So plant a comment there on the bottom of our page, and we'll send you some lovely plants. See you guys soon. Happy beekeeping for 2025. Okay, take 2.